Hello guys, in today's video I'll be showing you how to make this table in Google Sketchup. So this table is quite nice, quite rustic. It looks like it has 4 legs really, but them being our legs. So you can have the brackets in for the runners. You'll have a big square bottom. It looks like a couple chamfers at the top as well, and it looks like they're miters, miters are 45-degree joints. When you add them together, they make 90 and they make perfect right angle. Let's get into it. So we're going to grab our right angle tool. We are going to make probably a square about 25-25. That is officially our square. Then I'm going to click down here somewhere and it should give me views. I think it's one of these or not. Probably is. That should give me pretty much one of the tools on the side, give you like a top-down view, really. What we're going to go from here is we're going to grab the offset tool, click offset, we're going to drag in probably about there. There you can see that'd be a perfect 6mm, which from there to there is 45. Perfect. I'm going to just continue these sides off, and we're going to grab eraser and just delete them, and that gives me that one corner. From there I'm just going to grab my extrude tool, extrude that up to 250mm. Once we've got that sorted, from here we can go about that, make it a component. Once it's a component, we can click scale. We can scale it up. Want it to be a little bit larger, more on the ends. From here, want it to be a bit, it's 1:25. There you go. Yeah. And zoom in with our scroller. Here you go. 25 perfectly. We could make it. No, it's a bit 25. 1:1. There you go. And that gives us this L shaped in the corner. From here we've got the component now. Now we're going to just click center, which copies it. And we're going to drag that along that white line, showing our bases, probably to about 500. Now once we've got that to 500, I'm going to look around. You can see it needs to be rotated, the face. So I'm going to click on the corner and drag this line, and this should give me a 360 turning. I'm going to turn that to 90 degrees, click off it, and that is securely set in place now. Once we've got them two, we can double them up, make that a component. Now they're doubled up now, you can click center, which copies both of them, follow it along the line, 350 I think it is. Once that's followed around, we can just we can find a face on the bottom face, draw it here, we can just spin it around to there. Once we got it there, we can just drag it till it should snap, and it is snapped in place. There you go, and there's your 4 corners done. From here now, we need to build this bit here. It looks like at the bottom, it's quite thick, it looks like a base plate or something. So we're going to just grab our tool, and because these plates now are all Sorry, I need to grab an aerial view. Here you go. Now I've done that, I can click on here, drag to zoom in on my mouse, drag to that corner, make it component. Now you can see with this leg it's off, which means with this I should move it over a tad more. And that corner is off with that corner now, which is perfect. Which then means we drag over here, we get our aerial view, we grab our pen, we drag down to that corner here. Once we get that corner, we drag into this corner, make it back into the piece, use the eraser to get rid of that line. So what you're seeing is this at the moment. We're going to extrude it basically, probably by 15. Oh, I've clicked on the wrong thing. There you go, it's 15 automatically. Now we're going to just do that and make that a component. The reason why it doesn't pick up the other ones are because it's already they are already separate components, which means if you right click and you click hide, right click and hide, it hides them and then shows your main component. Then you've got your component list here, and you can click the eyes and make them reappear. So from here, now we've got that, we're going to click the panel and we're going to raise it up. It looks like it's been raised probably about 50. So now that it's been raised up there, got perfect outline for that bottom tray of the table. So the angle currently getting is probably that angle. Looks a little, probably like that. Yeah. So you see here now you've got some runners with across the edge with like a chamfer bit which sticks out a bit. So from here, all we're gonna do is we're gonna find a reference template. We're gonna hold it to here. It will not combine it because it's a piece, and we're going to make it go down 30. Once it's 30, that should show its own component. You're seeing it's not part of that leg, and we can just drag it out to this one till it matches that line. Now that has been completed there, I can make this a component again. And we just central copy again, making sure it doesn't snap out of that line. You see it snaps. And you see it snaps late there, so I'm going to try and drag it. So there you go, and it snapped in, which is perfect. Now I've got these runners, but if you can actually see, the runners actually sit in like an inlay for it, which that means with these outer pieces, they need to be extruded a little bit more. Maybe about that much. And same with these sides. Oh. Now you got them side. You should be extruded a little bit more. And from there you can see it's given that illusion that it's sunk in. For the time here, you can see it's got like chamfer going in to it. So from the top here, we're going to just draw a line across to 5mm, which is there. I'm going to drag that blue line down, and we're going to meet back at 5mm. Drag that all the way back up, and there's your chamfer. Now we've got that, we can click on that component and make that a component. From there, from that place now, we can then copy that to see how it's just rotated a bit and it's not. There. Now it's there, you can do the rotation thing I taught. There you go, 90 degrees. And for some reason it's not actually sitting flush. I've got to try figure out what the issue is here with it. I'm going to click on one of the corners so we can actually just click on the intersection. Like that. As you can see there, you got your slice chamfer easing in to your runner. So when you zoom out, it gives a nice thing. It also seemed that on one of here, it actually had like a slight bevel all the way around. So with this base plate, what I'm just going to do is I'm going to click on it, I'm going to copy it pretty much, and I'm going to drag it over here. And I'm like, oh, because it's copied now, if I click on this, it then, whatever I edit to this, edits to this. So if you want to make it a component for yourself, you right click it and you click, once you get it onto your component, you right click and you click make unique, and that makes it so it doesn't change this to what I'm doing now. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to click on this. Oh, there you go. Click on offset. Drag the offset probably in a little bit. I'm going to dip it down a little bit like that. I'm going to follow that like that. And I'm going to grab the arch tool. Arc, or 2-point arc. Once I've got this 2-point arc, I'm going to drag it to about 2 point. It's probably half an arc then. If it 2-point arc, normally they're really weird to get on. I think it's because I'm not in. Ah, there you go. From that view, I can then draw this 45-degree to make it to there. Once you've got that, you can then add your from there to there. And I say, oh, like it about there. Oh. And now that's on there, sorry. Click there. We try and get it on this face. Like there. There you go. Now we erase. And we get from... we go from your endpoint to here, and then you can just... Normally that should make it a face, so I'm having a problem here, which shouldn't really be a problem. So I'm so confused. It's fine. Okay. Let's try doing it something about here then. So we're gonna make a that's there, that there. Draw this. Again, I'm in the wrong view. Click your black tool. Your back tool, not black, back tool. Once you go up from here, you can drag all the way up to that white line. There you go. See, the issue is... I found the issue. I was making it without it being mounted onto the actual... So you see how this isn't... I'm so confused. It's fine. I think my PC's running a bit slow. Okay, So normally, chamfer, you do this, do that. Okay, so that works. Wow, that took a while. And then from there, you click on here and you can drag that. Oh my goodness, and we finally did it. There you go. So now you've got this piece here. Whatever you've done to this one, you can obviously see it's happening to the other one. So with this piece now, I'm going to drag the follow me tool, which I talked about in my last video. If you haven't gone and checked that out, please go ahead and do. And you click that face. Oh, I'm going to open the... Click on that face. Selected path for the... You guys, this is what the issue we had last time with. So, and I found the reason out again. So, there you go. I'm actually on the component this time. Now you can see this time it actually shows a part of the component. Here we go. And you grab follow me. Click on that. Click follow me. And that does it to the exterior. It adds the chamfer. But if you click and hold that, drag it all the way along your piece back to where your corner is. There's your chamfer. Now you've done that piece. Normally, oh no, because it's a copy of the piece. So with this piece now, we're just going to hide it because we don't need it. But it's added the chamfer to our main piece. From there, you can obviously see these side runners are a lot more enlarged than the top runners. It also seems that below these runners, it looks like it sticks out a little bit like the chamfers on the corners I've got here. So as an example, do that. Wrong side again. These corners haven't been done, so I'll do them now with just doing it by hand because it's a lot easier. Made it 5, didn't we? I'm gonna make this side exaggerate by 10. And the reason why it's not doing this again, because it's not a component. Alright, so from here we're just going to drag this to there, like that, like we did last time. Drag this out to 10. Do this to here, and then just extrude the waste off. We're going to do that with the other side, and then get on to the runners. Again, making it sure that it fits to 10 millimeters. It's probably... Now it's fit onto 10 millimeters. I'm going to just extrude it off again. Extrude the waste off. Now that's done. Notice it's coming together. It's actually looking a lot like it now. But at the bottom, as I said, it's kind of got like a... So I'm going to click on this piece. I'm going to drag it up to make this piece here. Once we've got this piece, we're going to just extrude that all the way across to this side. That gives this little edge. Now I've got that. Oh. Now I've got that. We're going to click on that, make component, and make that its own component again. Go about clicking central again to move that piece. And just dragging it here and dropping it pretty much into place, flush of that. We're going to move it back to there. Perfect. Now we've got this again. With this runner here we've got to do. So this runner is actually sticks here. And it was 10, wasn't it? Or was it 30? 25 maybe? 30, it was 30, so there you go. We're going to make this one. Now I got this one again. Just want to make everything a component, which is really good, because in terms of when you've done everything in components, you can explode it, which I'll show you in a bit, near the end. That is now perfectly synced with that. Brilliant. And what we need to do now is just these corners. Again, bring it out to 10. And cut these, and extrude these off. I think 10 is more exaggerated for the corners, for the shorter ones, because that actually makes it look bigger, which is perfect. That's sorted there. Oh. Let's go back. So you see what I did wrong there is I actually clicked the corner. Then we're actually going to click this intersection. Should show that line. There you go. Green line. I'm going to extrude that out at 10. Cut this off here. Do this to the exact opposite side now. This is actually off, which is actually a good sign to see now. There you go. So from here now, we can then click off it. Go with the line which is done to about there. Extrude that for 10. And match this up with that corner and extrude the waist. Now that's done, starting actually to come in shape. Now you've got this line here, you see it's not actually matching there. So what we're going to do is we're going to extrude that back a little bit. Probably till it's flush, which it is now, and raise it up to about there. Should match sides of the chamfers, which is perfect. Now we got this one, we're going to do the exact same as we did to the last two runners. We're going to give it this underlay. And we said, didn't we, about 5 millimeters, which is actually perfect when thinking about it now. Extrude it to 5. That side's what, 3? 3 and then 5. Brilliant, that makes it. Because 1, it's perfect. Now I've got that. I'm going to click make that a component again, and we just click center and drag that over to the opposite side at the bottom. Again, making sure that it sticks out like it does. Oh. Now we've now we've done that, we're going to click on that, copy it over. Oh, I think what I've done there, you see, There you go, and then make that whole thing a component. There you go. So now everything is components, really. So again, go from the base, from the intersection to, not from that intersection, from the base of the intersection, and it was 5 by 10, and extrude. So you see why that's actually not working. You can just swap to your pen, and you draw that line, go down. It wasn't that far, it was like 5 to 10, wasn't it? Yeah, 5. There's your 5, to your 10, to your 5, to your 10, to here. Once you got there, you can click on that, make that a component now, and then drag. Normally it should let you drag, but I'm having issues with that at the moment. Anyway, from there, as an example, now you've got the main base shape of the table. You can have whatever tabletop, you can have an epoxy tabletop, you can have certain things. You can even, with these edges being how they are, you can miter them, which is a 45-degree angle, and it gives you like a flush trim cut. Instead of doing like a butt joint or something, it's just a lot more cleaner in my perspective. In my experience, I'd recommend just doing a miter. Now we've got this, we want to try and do this top. Here this top has actually got a rebate in it, exactly like the last one. It's actually got a rebate in it. So what we can actually do is we can just drag the base plates, center that, and copy that all the way up. Now we've got that copied all the way up, we right click it, make unique, like we said earlier, and we click scale, and we drag the scale out to the corners. We scale that out to the corners, exactly. Now we're going to do these corners. Click scale again. We're going to scale that back to about there. See, it's got a little lip. So on this one, this piece, we're actually going to have that there. We can scale it again. We can drag it out. Maybe give it like a little bit of definition. Probably scale to 101. That's 101. Now we've got to do this one to 101. And so on and so on. There you go. And now this side to 101. There you go, perfect. And there you go, because you've made this table, which looks like this table. It's probably done in a wider view, so you can get your different styles of views there. Click X to remove it. Shadows, scenes. Here you go. You can get your view. The ISO view, which is this view, for image, and here you can get all your views. So if you're going to make this, from there, his is a lot more dark, probably pine, stained pine maybe for a darker look. But we are going to, from there, we are going to click here, which gives us our materials. We're going to click on this one, which should give us all our custom materials, which SketchUp actually gives you. I'm going to click on synthetic surfaces, which should give you a wood preset. Now that wood preset's done, I'm going to make them probably the same, and then probably add a darker, that's not wood, but add a darker, maybe paint the legs black, so I'll go with, normally there's colours, yep, they paint the legs, maybe like a grey, like that. Like that. Wood. There's that one, which works as well, and that darker one up there. Usually gives you presets for some. That's a nice lighter place or darker base for it. But yeah. So from this, that's pretty much your table. You can just right click over it, right click, make the whole thing a component, and click that, click OK. So from here now, you have officially got your table, pretty much. It's even got the corner joints here and up in the base of it. There you go. So from there, now it's a component. We can just click it. We can drag it to a place you want it to be dragged to. We want to preferably drag it to quite far, because I'll show you a trick. And what we're going to do now is we're going to render it using a free AI software which has recently been put on the market, which I, myself, personally love using it. So, with this, we're going to grab our shadows, which should be here. I'm going to turn our shadows on. I'm going to click time of day and start moving it around to where you like it. Probably time of day, probably there. Add some shadows, probably there. Dark. I want it quite light. This one, maybe darken it up a bit, but then use the light. Okay, from there, you've got that. So you Window Shift S and screenshot it. Or what you can do, as an example, you can click here and you can click download PNG. Once you've got it as a PNG, you can zoom in to where you want it. I like it about there, and I export that as a PNG. Once that has been exported to a PNG, you type in something called Chrome.ai. Chrome.ai, which is here. Visit tool. I'm going to refresh it, and it does not work. Let me see if it's actually. Yeah, here you go. So from here, you'd log on. I'm going to log on quickly onto an email, random email, and now you've got it logged onto this email. You can go to AI tools. You'd click sketch rendering. From here, you'd go to add your image, upload your image, which you've just done, which would preferably be in downloads. I'm going to click off this. This is giving us this. We want a style. I'm going to click realistic. Scene, I want it to be interior, maybe in a living room because it's a living room table, a coffee table. Mode, we want it to be concept or structure. Probably structure. and we're going to type a coffee table with black wooden legs with a walnut top. Walnut tabletop. Table top. And we're going to generate that scene. Now, these generations of the scene should give us a render of what we've just done, but to the highest quality. And you guys can use this for a portfolio. You guys can use this to actually show off a product or just make it. As an example, here you go. Here are the renders. So you got this one, which is quite nice, a bit blurred in the background. This one, which is nice, I like it, with the darker colours. And normally the best one is the middle one, which takes the longest to download. Yeah, there you go. So, from here, you can then click, you can download it to the highest quality. You can go prompt settings, and you can turn up the creativity to 100 maybe. Lighting, you can go, I would like probably a low-key lighting, and I want perspective to be probably a bird's eye shot of it, and generate that. You get 10 coins, which are normally free. They renew it a month. Them 10 free coins are free. You can spend more money on coins if you want to make loads more of them. Like with this, they've took this and they've added more creativity to it now. So they've expanded it, kept the runners, stretched out the legs. I overstretched the tabletop on this one. With this one, they've took mine, made it a lot more elegant and a lot more modern. Let's look at this. Wow, that's really nice. And for this one, they've just took it, deconstructed it, put it in place. But that's what you can use. And hope you guys all have enjoyed watching this tutorial. If you guys expect more or want to know how to do the basics, please check in the last video. And thank you guys so much for watching.